There's one small phrase in America that still makes me feel oddly settled. You're welcome.
You better take cover.
I didn't expect that to matter that much to me, but after 8 years here, I've realized I really notice it when it's not said. And it's not the words themselves, it's what they do to the moment. Before we ever lived in America, we used to visit Nashville and Savannah, Georgia, places like that quite often. And I remember saying to my wife at the time, isn't it nice how everyone says you're welcome? It felt constant. Every shop, every cafe, every hotel desk. You're welcome. At first, kind of sounds strange because it was just so consistent. But it also didn't feel exaggerated. It felt warm, like a small smile at the end of every interaction. I didn't realize then that what I was responding to wasn't really politeness. It was the completion. Now, in Australia, when someone says thank you, you don't usually say you're welcome. Yeah, we say things like, no worries. Yeah, all good, mate. Too easy. No dramas. And I love that about us. It doesn't center the action. It minimises it. It's our way of saying, that didn't cost me anything. Don't make a big deal about it, mate. There's humility in that and almost a quieted sense of self. We don't like standing around in the spotlight of gratitude for all that long, and we smooth it over. We keep everyone level. Even now, living here, my instinctive response is still no worries. It just comes out. I probably dropped the mate, but the rhythm is still there. It's muscle memory, identity memory. And when I hear it, it feels familiar. It's safe. And I miss it sometimes. But here's what I've come to understand. When someone says you're welcome, warmly, and especially here in the South, where there's eye contact and tone behind it, they're not elevating themselves. They're just honouring the exchange. The gratitude isn't brushed aside, it's received. There's a half beat where the moment lands, and then it closes, and it feels complete. And I've realised I value that more than I thought I ever would. Now, it doesn't feel the same everywhere. We've had moments in places like Long Beach, restaurants, and little stores in Orange County, California, where the pace definitely feels different. You'd walk in, say thank you at the counter, and the response would be, sure. And the feeling, it wasn't hostility, it was speed. It felt like we were interrupting their day, like we were an interesting pause, but also something to be moved along. Transaction done, next please. And in those moments, I didn't feel insulted. I felt unnecessary, not personal, just peripheral to everything. The interaction ended really before it settled, and that's the difference. It's not kindness, it's rhythm. In faster cities, LA, Miami, New York, DC, gratitude can feel like a checkpoint. In slower places, it feels like a moment. It's the same country, just a different tempo. And what's interesting is that even back in Australia, I used you're welcome deliberately. When I was managing diplomatic clients and embassy accounts in banking, I would always say it. It's settling. It signals something. Clarity, respect, competence. It closes the loop professionally. Whereas no worries in that environment can feel slightly casual. So even we instinctively understand the difference, we just use it situationally. I don't think this is about which culture is more polite. I think it's about how comfortable a culture is with acknowledgement. And in Australia, we minimise the act to keep everyone equal. In parts of America, especially here in the South, there's comfort in accepting the gratitude, letting it stand, completing the exchange. Both are generous. One smooths it, one finishes it. And here's the part that matters to me. Before we ever moved here, we started saying you're welcome back home. we brought it with us because it felt welcoming. That says something to me. It resonates. And if you ask me what I want my daughters to instinctively use, I wouldn't choose one over the other. I want them to know both. No worries if it's casual. You're welcome if it's formal. Humility when it fits. Completion when it matters. Because maybe it's not about replacing one rhythm with another. Maybe it's about understanding what each one does. And sometimes the smallest words reveal how much time a culture gives to small moments. And I've realized I value when those moments feel finished. Not elevated or exaggerated, just honoured. So when someone looks at me, meets my eyes and says, "You're welcome," there's a bit of warmth behind it. And it feels like a small smile. Now, after 8 years here, I think that's something I've quietly grown to appreciate. Hooroo, mateys.
You better take cover.